Okay. Hi, everybody. So it's real close to eclipse. You got a solar piece of solar film. You don't know what to do with it. Well, we'll show you how to quickly make a simple little set of solar filters that you can use on a camera lens or binoculars. And then also another thing you could make is a little simple little viewer that you can pass around and share with everybody. So we're going to show you quickly. There's plenty of ways to make solar filters. This is just a real quick and easy way. They're sturdy, safe. If you do it nice and carefully and just take your time, you can make a nice snug fit and the solar filter won't fall off. You don't have to worry about wind blowing it off. And it's fairly safe as long as you're using a real good solar film, which we're using here. We're using Thousand Oaks. So to get started, really what you want is you want some flexible cardboard, not corrugated, something like I'm just going to cereal box. This is, you can see it's not corrugated, but it's fairly flexible because you're going to be wrapping it around the lens. So duster box, cereal box, and even middle of folders. You're going to be multiple, you're going to make multiple turns. So you want a really long, straight piece, probably an inch wide. If it's a bigger filter, more than an inch wide. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your optics, which I have, and you're going to wrap it around carefully and evenly, wrap it around the objective. And you're just gonna, you don't want it too tight because it's easier to doing an extra piece of cardboard to make snug up. But you're just gonna mark it where the cardboard meets, and from then on you're gonna mark it and say, okay, this is where the glue goes, because you don't want any glue on this side because that's going to be wrapped around. You want glue this way. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to take, because this is cardboard, you could use hot glue. Elmer's glue works fine. Probably could use sticky tape, but I'm going to use Elmer's glue. And I'm just going to put glue down. And anybody that wants, I've got some cutters up here, or you can we've got a cutter right there, or we have cutting mat, and you can. I'm just going to put some glue down here. And then this is what you've got to do carefully. You just got to line that back up on the line. And slowly wrap it back up and make sure there's no gaps. And you want the edges, you want it to remain parallel. You want them even, nice and flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of paper clips and just use them as clamps. Thanks. So you're just going to put one on the edge there. And it just needs to be on for, I don't know, 20 minutes, just so it sets up. And evenly around, you want to do both ends. And you'll see it's not quite round. Well, you're going to make it round. You're going to, massage it around a little bit. Make sure it's round. And then put a couple of paper clips around the edges to hold it. And then you're just going to set it aside and let it dry for, till it sets up a little bit. You'll see it doesn't take very long. I'm also going to put a couple rubber bands around it to keep it tension evenly. So there's a ring and it's ready to dry. And here's one that's I've already glued up and it's been sitting around for a while. So I'm just going to take it off, and before you go any further, you just got to make sure the rings fit your optics, because you've always got time to do this again. And if it doesn't work, so there it is. I'm going to just test the fit. This was a while ago, and there's it's not quite as snug as this one, but it still is a nice fit. Doesn't fall off. So this is a success. I'm going to use this. We're going to continue on with it. So there's the cardboard ring. Now you need to make this part, which is 2 discs. So basically these are 10 by 50s. So the objective is 50. The aperture is 50 millimeters, and the ODU I measured the outside diameter, and it was 62 millimeters. Millimeters. 62. So I drew. You're going to make a a front piece, and it's going to be a sandwich of two pieces of cardboard and solar film. And for these, I want 70 millimeters on the outside diameter, 50, and then 65 in the middle. And so you end up with, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Just grab it. So you're just going to draw with a compass 3 circles, 150, 65, 70 for this. And the 50 millimeters is what you're going to cut out. So I have an X-Acto, or just an X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to cut out the inside diameter. You don't have to make them round. You could make them square. I mean, the outside you could make square. I made it round because it just looked a little better to me. And you could leave it square, but you definitely want the inside to be the same diameter as your optics. So you just cut that out, and then the outside I'll finish cutting just with scissors. So you end up with 2 rings, and they're roughly the same size. I'm trying to hurry. You take your time, you'll be neat. I'm kind of rushing this. This one won't be as neat, but it'll be fine. So I have 2 rings that fit together. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our piece of solar film. I've got a piece of already cut up. And what's nice about that $3 6 by 12 inch piece, you can make 4 sets of binocular filters, 10 by 50. This is like a 3 inch by 3 inch piece, and it fits perfectly on top of one of these. So now the solar film has got a silver side and a dark side. You really want the silver side facing the sun. So you just have to make sure, like if I don't want those lines showing up there, put the solar film that way so you don't see the lines. So what I'm going to do is what I noticed, you can use different kind of cement, but I noticed when I used Elmer's glue to glue the solar film, it's stuck to the, well, it didn't even stick to the, doesn't seem like it's even stick to the cardboard very well. So I would not use Elmer's glue for the solar film. This stuff, E6000, works really good. It's flexible. And so you just want to put a little bead, just a little bead all the way around. You don't need a lot because it can smear out and get messy. You just want a little bit all the way around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your solar film, and I want this side to be out toward the sun. So that means it's a shiny side. So I'm going to put the shiny side down. Oh, I'm sorry, shiny side up, and drop this right in the middle. And you don't really want any stress on the film at all. So I'm just going to do is just drop it right down there. That's it. Maybe just press a little bit, We'll put it under some weight. I brought these blocks. You just want to weight it down with something gentle. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to trim. And there's what you got to be careful of, this glue. It gets kind of stringy, and I just put a string down the front of the solar film. It'll be okay. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a little, that drives me nuts. Just a little, you got to be careful of that because it tends to get little strings. It'll come off. It won't hurt anything. So what I'll do is I like to trim this right now, just holding on. Don't touch the solar film. Just hold on to the ring. And the thing I like about this 1000 Oaks, I don't think you can get pinholes in this. We're going to try that. We're going to scratch some of it and see if anybody wants to try to scratch it and let us know. All right, come on, try.
Video this afternoon where the guy was wearing gloves, like first aid gloves.
Oh,
because they don't put fingerprints on the film.
Right. Yeah, I try not to touch it, just from the corners. So, then we've got one side glued, and now we're just going to take this pencil side. I want to see because that'll tell me where to put the where to put the glue when I drop the ring on it. So I'm just going to put this backside and put without smearing, without putting any kind of line, little, maybe I keep it out to the edges. So this stuff works pretty good. This E6000, I've used it for Bader film and have not had a problem. Except I did just hit some on the table. Thank you very much. It is pretty sticky. Okay. Make sure there's no dust on this. And so then I'm just going to grab this and kind of line this together with my fingers. And because those circles are the same size, I can just drop it down. And so now what I do is I would put this aside. I would just let the glue set up a little bit because we're going to go on to the ring. I just put that aside and maybe put a little weight on it so it keeps it nice and flat. Cup works, empty coffee cup, whatever. So just a little weight to push it down, and that'll set up. And while that's drying, setting up, we're going to go on to the simple little, because we're going to let, well, it's good enough. I guess we can let it. So what you're going to then do is you would take this, and then you would get your, this is the ring that's already dried, and make sure you pick the side that's really flat, because one side's going to be flatter than the other one. It looks like that one is. We'll keep that one up. And now you just want to put a nice bead of glue on that line that we drew. You just got to just try to be neat. That's and not have too much coffee so your hands don't shake. And then all you got to do is just drop the ring on top of it and use, kind of center it. You can use your eyeballs to kind of center it. Make sure that you'll see in the gap inside, the outside's centered. And then what I do is I use like a caulk gun, use the glue to put a nice big thick bead around the outside, and then you're just gonna let it dry. And once this sets up a little bit, we can dry it, move it around a little bit. But that's it. I'm gonna just put it there, and then what I'll do is just a little weight to weight it all down, keep it all flat. And we'll just let that go. So that's pretty much it. Once the glue is hardened and it's all set up, you're ready to go. That's it. There's two solar filters. It's really that easy. So this is just a little simple little viewer. The 6x12-inch piece. This is 3x6. So you could make 4 of these. And basically all you're going to do is you're going to cut a window that's like a 1/2 inch smaller than the diameter piece. You don't have to make it this size. You can make whatever size you want. But it's just, these are box flaps. Everybody gets stuff shipped at home, right? And there's the flaps on the inside. Those are always nice and clean. And that's what these are. It's just it's perfect size. They're just box flaps. And so basically, because the piece is 6x3, I make an opening that's 5.5 by 2.5. And so I just centered it inside the piece of cardboard. And so then you just cut it out. So what you want to do when you draw your lines, here's a piece already. Just make sure that it fits, where you got your lines. You've got a line on the inside, line on the outside. So I have a line showing me where the film's going to go, and here's the window I'm going to cut. So this, and the glue is going to go inside the 1/4 inch. So we're just using, or glue. We're going to use instead of glue, we're going to use 2-phase tape this time. So you can either use glue or you can use 2-phase tape. We're going to use sticky tape, this double-sided tape. So all I'm going to do is just cut these out. Nice and small. How stinky that glue is. It's pretty stinky. And so there's the first one. And because I'm not too lazy, I'm going to use that as a template. I'm going to put that on the inside. And
hold your lines up closer to the camera so we can see it.
Okay, yeah. There's the lines.
Even closer.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be critical. It's just whatever size solar film you're going to use, it's got to be a half-inch smaller, a quarter-inch all the way around. So, and then because you're going to sandwich with two pieces, I've already cut one. Just I'm just going to trace it. So and it matches, and if it cuts on that same line, it'll match exactly. So that's that. And so this is the piece I'll use to mark the solar film on, and I only need lines on that one. So this is just your ordinary sticky double-sided sticky tape. I'll just put a strip down on the front here, on the bottom and on the sides, and then carefully drop the solar film on it. That's what the lines let you know where to kind of drop because you only got one shot with this. You drop it and it's stuck. You're not going to be pulling the solar film off. So take my piece of solar film. Again, I want doesn't matter, but one side, the sticky side. So I'm just going to line it up on the lines and just drop it down. And so there it is. And so now what I would do, I want to cut this out. Got a little spot for your nose to go through. I don't know how important that is, but I found it's easier to use these at arm length. So, and then I'm going to take some just glue and just glue the cardboard together because the solar film was held in by this tape. And then to finish it off, we'll dress up the edge with a little cardboard. Oh, shoot. I hope I remembered which way it was. Not that it matters. It was centered. So, and then I'm going to cut out the nose section here. And we'll wrap the edges with some masking tape just to keep it secure while the glue dries. To finish it off. Just got some masking tape here. You don't have to do this blue craft tape, but it gives it a little finished effect. So just a tape. Mm-hmm. Like a little longer, fold it over, carefully fold it over the sides. This will just secure the cardboard while glue sets up. Just trim it.
The long road going over is actually low. Just barely made it by, except for no luck.
Roger's going to be busy with his chainsaw.
Coming in, I don't take some big stones out.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, me too. There was also a whole tree across from the
The smaller one there, I can start over that. I got stuff.
Oh no!
I had to get out and get out.
Yeah. With an electric battery at the bottom of the car, drive over.
Okay, and pretty much that's it. So the only other thing I did is I like to mark. So if you, especially giving to anybody, is the silver side you want toward the sun, and that's just because we think it's that you less reflection and it acts as a rejection filter to keep the substrate from heating up. Is what we were told. So I'm just going to put out sun this side and say it's sun side. And this is the viewer side, eyeball. So that's a simple little viewer. Two viewers, and this is the solar filter. It's still drawing, but that's essentially that's it. That's really that easy. And so now we can help. I can help anybody get started. We can make some for people here. But
Does anybody have any questions from company? No. So,
yeah, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
it's just to kind of present the table first.
Well, if you are inspired by this tonight, I'm in the background here behind it. I will bring some of this Thousand Oaks filter to our meeting on Friday. So I'll have the 6-inch by 12-inch for $3 and the 12 by 12-inch for $6, along with Eclipse glasses on Friday at Friday's meeting at RIT. So I'll have that with me.
And if the first come first serve can have these,
We'll do a raffle.
sound good.
We'll raffle off the
One viewer and one
viewer
set
and
of
one set of
50.
50.
That fit my binoculars. You can't have my binoculars, but maybe it'll fit somebody else's.
Maybe. All right.
Thanks. So let's get some other people done. How far did everybody get?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Maybe just right.
Yep.
The other one is, I think, too big, but maybe it doesn't make a difference once you get the other stuff on.
Well, you can tighten it up a little bit, or we can put more glue, more cardboard on the inside.
Okay.
So how are you holding it down? You have some?
Yeah, but
Sure. I mean, we have paper clips here. We can pull out with. And all we're going to
This one is
Mhm.
quite
that's
stuck.
nice. That's
So that one's good.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Oh, yeah, no, that
That was the first one I made.
That one, that's why, did you draw a line?
Well, I probably put it right the wrong, I probably
Well,
wasn't accurate enough.
that's why it's only cardboard and we have another piece.
Well,
Okay.
here's some more stuff.
No, but I thought we didn't have one more piece of this.
Well, I think
over
that
here.
this might be the same kind.
Is it long enough? Oh, if it's long enough, yeah. Is that long enough to go around? This was like 2 loops. Oh, you know what?
Well, I mean, it's only gonna be on the inside, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Well,
I had
Yeah,
trouble
wait.
making this work.
okay, so you do need the squares for the fronts. We just, yeah, you had trouble cutting this one?
Yeah, I had trouble.
Okay, all right.
Tony had trouble with it too. So
Oh,
not just me.
Yeah, I had heavy suits.
it's got to have Tony use the weeds.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have trouble.
I saw you,
I had trouble
I saw
too.
you over here.
But my pieces were too long to fit on there.
Yeah, I know. This thing, this is why I got, no, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Tony, it's meant for paper, not cardboard. But I have a cutting mat and Tony had a cutting mat and a raised plate up here. And a cutting mat and a 16-inch ruler. So come on up here and use this if you don't. Yeah, okay.
Well, I gotta find a piece of cardboard.
Well, okay, how about, you can do multiple.
Want a different one?
Because I'm doing.
Yeah, I brought a lot of paper.
My wife is a quilter.
Yeah.
She's got those mats and
Bigger ones?
razor cutting wheel.
Yeah,
And she just rolls it right along. It's really nice.
That's really
They're also deadly.
Yeah, that's so what I would do is, what's what I do is wrap it around your stickers. And then get it not too pretty tight, but this is where you want to make a mark right there. And then move this way. So
So I'm starting over. I'm not going to
no,
insert.
you can keep this one.
Well, yeah, I know, but.
No, that's too much.
Oh,
That's too much.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
that is too much. I just wish there was, I just wish there was a little more this way, but it'll be okay.
Nick, if it's really too loose,
Mhm.
can you add cardboard?
You can add a little bit, but this was
Yeah,
really,
it was just-
really big.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
right,
Really big.
I mean, I don't think I can undo it.
No, I thought I had one more piece of that long, it was longer than
Maybe
that.
somebody else.
I'm taking a solar.
Okay, that's all. We got stuff. It's not words. Yeah, I had the same problem with
The blue eyebrows. And I think that's sort of different, you know, not.
I found this crack from a science standpoint.
Oh. Do you need any, clips to hold on to it, Tony? Paper clips? To clamp it in place and rubber bands? I got rubber bands and, bands and, paper clips that put together. Like it's right here, like you. We'll see. No, you might want to put a second ring around that here. You want to do a second. So, yeah. Oh, you have a set already?
Well, so I'm doing, I got hours.
Okay. Oh, which one do you want to do? I can help you make a set for, I'll help you, I'll cut up some more cardboard, okay? And I got pieces for the lots room. We'll use, do you want vanilla or do you want cereal? Or do you care?
Got me?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever the activity.
I think it'll this.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
So I'm gonna be shooting with a big telephoto lens.
Yeah.
Got a diameter on the front about this big.
Kidding.
How would you recommend building a filter? I've got a 12x12 sheet, which would be big enough to
Yeah.
cover the front.
Yeah.
How do you recommend making something that slides on top of the, 400 f2.8?
400 f2.8.
Yeah, it's gonna have a 2x teleconverter on it. It's actually an 800 f5.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful.
But yeah.
I would, you know what? You might want something like a proof out of, like an embroidery.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then-
Yeah.
That's what, I mean,
Just
you could,
glue it like you were doing with this and just go.
yeah, you gotta make a ring on front, but
Yeah.
you can use cardboard. You just gotta make up multiple rings. You just gotta keep gluing up, but you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a one shot deal. That's why I would do the same thing. I mean, I would do the same thing, but maybe like, see.
I just wanted when it,
That's-
I wanted to have a little bit, I want it to be nice, flapping, right? I don't want to bend.
Yeah, no. You just wanna,
Yeah.
I mean, the whole street loop would do good, or you could use, you can buy aircraft plywood, really thin. This is when I make the wood ones, I make it really
Okay,
nice.
yeah.
I go to Dan's Craft and things, and
Yeah.
I buy this micro thin, it's actually plywood. It's 3 layers of real thin plywood. It's very flexible.
Uh-huh.
You just cut a long strip of it. They make it in 3 feet, 4 feet.
Yeah.
It's like this much. You cut a thin strip, you can cut it with a razor blade, and that's wood. So then you just fold it over, just like this, except it's
Yeah.
wood instead of cardboard.
Gotcha.
That's really nice and secure, because that lasts a long time. And then you might use another little piece of plywood or something, because you do need a ring on it.
Yeah, something to.
See how, yeah, and then you don't want to use Elmer's glue. See how thick that is. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be fine for a bigger diameter of your tire. I mean, I've seen those. They're not this big. They're like that.
Yeah,
they're gigantic.
It's about this big on the front of the one that I'm making. Yeah. So it's like it's a
It's a
sizable.
400. You sure it's not the 800? So this is
Oh, I
kind of
know.
football.
I
This is
use
the
it.
kind that are used at the
Oh,
football
yeah.
games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, that's what you could use cardboard. You just have to use multiple layers.
I'm building a number of things.
Plan or?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, how much can you upscale this and have it still be like sturdy and
Oh,
working?
I've made them this big.
Okay, cool.
It's wood.
Wood. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, when you upscale it, can you do that? Because I'm gonna have.
But if this is wrinkled, that's okay. They say
Yeah, it's okay.
they say it's okay to have a Craig Bolt says.
Vader recommends that.
If it, because it's not so rigid that any little things can scratch it or put a pinhole on it. This will yield a little bit, so if it does bump up a bit.
Yeah. Are you gonna use Vader film or are you gonna use 1000
I've got 1,000 notes. I've got one set at home and I just got a couple more.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Yeah.
gonna have 3 cameras and a set of binoculars. And so
Oh, nice.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of gear.
Yeah, no, I think you'd be fine with cardboard.
Okay.
But you just gotta build it up and take your time.
Yeah.
Like once you get one ring done, one layer, you just come back in with another layer,
Yeah.
and add it, and just keep making sure that it's round. Like see, like this is already set up, and and all you gotta do is make sure it's round. So this one this is the one we glued tonight,
Yeah.
and let's see how well I did. And I'm just gonna put it on the binoculars and,
Anyway,
because it will shrink a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, as it dries. Yeah.
See, and that's a nice fit.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
And so you can up, but for a bigger thing like that, I would use 3 or 4 layers.
Okay.
And especially if you can get, like, this was this cardboard I was using came out of a box of paper.
Yeah.
It was like a inner layer inside of it. If
Gotcha.
Yeah. We're just looking for, what stuff is similar to that. And it turns out, cereal boxes, you just can't use corrugated cardboard for that. And then you can layer it up. You can make strips and just keep layering up. You could also make up one big strip,
Yeah.
glue it all together, then wrap it around it.
Okay.
You could try that. I'm not sure. So we'll see how big this is. I'm just gonna use this as a guide and go down the length of it. But that's cool. That's a nice big lens.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm interested in taking I want to get the Corona image. And I
Yeah.
was seeing like the nicest Corona image I saw was taken with a 200mm lens. Because people don't realize the sun is small, but people don't
Yeah.
realize the Corona extends 8 diameters on either side of it.
Yeah.
So you need a pretty
Yeah.
low.
Actually, 800 will probably be too much. I'll probably leave it at 400. And then if I have to
So it's a film?
Well, it's a 400 prime.
Right,
But I have a
right.
2x
teleconverter
for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you going to be tracking?
so that one is a little too heavy for my poor little Skywatcher adventure.
That's what I like. That's all I got.
But I'm gonna have a 100 to 400mm zoom. It's a much more compact lens.
Gotcha.
That will be on the tracker. This one's gonna be on a gimbal tripod, so it's got
Okay.
big swinging arms on the top, so it's really easy to maneuver. And it anchors to the center of the lens instead of the camera, so it's super easy to move.
Yeah, I got one.
So I'll have that, and then I'll have
I'm going to put the gimbal. I'm just having I have a 500mm, f5.6 to whatever. It's a 8. It's a
You need
80 to 500 whatever it is.
He was a
Yeah.
member early. And they were-
I need instructions now on how to
You know, Mark,
put the rings on the,
Oh, yeah. So you got a compass. Let's see. Here's a compass,
okay,
and you want let's so you want let's see what size you're. Those are good. So let's just see. I'm trying to. So you want to squares, 3-inch squares. Take this and I'm draw 3-inch squares.
I know you've mentioned
4 3-inch squares.
Do you think it would be possible to need it? And for that, I don't know if there's like reservations. Parking reservations. Okay. Are those already full?
No.
Okay, cool. So that might be something I'll be gonna. I mean, obviously you gotta kind of. Right. Go somewhere else, but weather permitting. Yeah, and obviously I have to get pictures and stuff, and if I'm covering it for someone also on the floor, or just to sound that's people enjoying it, which lots of arms or other some yeah. It's so you have your family to us curious.
You're kidding. No.
We'll be
Yes.
You got it. I've never seen Graves.
Oh, yes. And it still says Joe family.
Right.
And you're right. Anybody you get a lot of that a week beforehand, see are going to be yes, I can't like say anymore. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not that. Yeah, bring it out here. Yeah. I don't think they want we have any more of that cardboard? Yeah, that's that same flexibility. Piece. Same, but this is. Yeah. And what's the key of our kids? Our kids is great. As he took piano from kindergarten, full kindergarten. Patricia's wife. She just piano, and they played piano up until 4th grade. When they had them to school, they took it into school. I mean, you fought with them a little bit to get them practice. So they both had musical ability.
I used to take care of it.
It was free.
And my kids all over.
Okay.
And she,
This is the
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
to try and actually get into practice,
Yeah.
meeting 3
That was the time. Time.
So you've never played it too much then?
Oh, I play all the time, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You know, hire my band for the.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
You have to pay those.
That's gonna be me. I got that position covered.
Okay, so then what we want to, that's what we gotta mark the centers.
50, I mean.
That's what I'm Yeah, I never think it's covering for someone too, like, oh, I was watching it, it's not a great excuse. Like, a photo of the eclipse. I can watch the post editors, it's not gonna be like, oh, they totally understand, you were watching it. You know,
Well, that's what we got.
Like 70, 50, 70 millimeter smaller kit on my tracker.
They turned it.
And then it's a giant lens on a cable mount that I really like use. So I'm just gonna set an interval timer on the tracker so it's taking photos the whole thing. And then manual that one on top of camera. The rich people.
So that's the rinse. It's just.
Every camera set up.
You get through. So I've been here.
I've been really planning for weeks. Yeah, it's just, half of his mind that's here in my pocket. So, yeah, I already did a reservation.
One of the things that I'm curious to think one of them. Like, what are the?
So how do you know how big it is in inner circle?
So yours. Makes a street.
Bunch of people. That goes away. That's got it later in the day. And if we, that's what Susan here. 40 so it's out, we gotta build it. And then we gotta build it. We don't have people like climbing for the left.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. I know the hour was back down.
Yeah.
Streamline.
You could keep this cord long, but you want to run it. Some of these 3 packs are so big. Somehow, it's really easy. So if one person, like a camera tracker was taking 50 feet, you just bring water. They're on the same spot. Close up. There's live view of the camera.
Now we just need, I want to get these, just draw ones. But I definitely think there's some right.
Yeah.
I think we'll have enough resources.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's build Saturday. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna come in here like. Just gives me that. Yeah, just this is where the voting. So there, try out this. Okay. For doing roughly that. That's gonna be so. So see that question. Sure.
Yeah.
And that. Just think of it.
So.
Yeah, ideally you want another wrap on that.
Sure.
It'll be, when you put it down, it's just, it will be nice and smooth.
Yeah.
I really like wraps, that's why I think I have the job that we have too, because, high heat would be,
Right, so the more you know.
Right. I mean, she says, it would have been nice to have the water, this is just one wall, right? So what we sit on is, you could just take another.
It's just for a short
distance. You could just try to say it's right here, and just go this right here. Yeah. That's like just.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We will. Maybe that. Oh, this is over here, which take this. There's something else that was.
My school.
So those are the, I'll tell you what, I'll work on that. Cutting that and cut out the centers because you need the centers.
I was like, no one's gonna go.
I'll work on it. You need that many for all 4 of these. Yes. The center really. You want to. So don't you want to be. We want to. We might be able to get. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. This is
You know.
well, you're cutting that. And then I'll cut out this. I'll cut out another piece of oh, right here. So I'll cut this out because so let me find this here. I'm just gonna get it the same thickness.
I don't understand.
Oh, it's perfect. That's it.
Man. Well, yeah, I just love to be part of this, but not because I, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Scott. Also, yeah, there's this one here.
See so much crap works and it's a size scan.
It's one of those kind of Dobsons that has one strut on one side.
Yeah, it's crappy. It can be crappy. So that's not neat.
And then it got state sale. So sure.
It's not flexible.
Nice.
It seems like it's I'm gonna make it. No, let's talk about it.
On buildings.
Yeah, yeah, oh, you need more, I cut you off.
There's other people's.
That's if we're really, so get a little more than one.
Thing.
I think you could, it doesn't hurt.
Very so, yes. Road gets surviving the flies go. It's little broken bicycles. It just comes to me. It's like it serious. Yeah, he's on the sound to me and I do it in my own pace. And there's a snitch.
Yeah. Nice.
But let's go.
I don't think it, no, it's program now.
Oh, okay.
So, you aim it, and you push down, and it all points the same direction, so it's, you somebody tall and look through it, then you just push it down, somebody short and look.
And what I'll do is.
Calls me the same,
It's just not here. Here,
it's probably part two.
Nice.
Just looking to see if
there is 300 for ASRAS and 200 for.
Yeah.
$500 all the way.
Well, very well. It just says. Some people do one year, but we have.
Yeah, these are enough.
Like,
Yeah.
ASRAS and the paying will be to our ASRS.
You gotta be.
It's only $10.
Yeah. Part of this.
Right. Correct. So we're in that section.
Yeah, so these are like select from people. Gotcha. Okay, so they're not big, huge. People need these for per day.
Right,
Part of.
I'm pretty sure that Irving and others, they have a lot of.
Right.
You just need enough light. Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
minimal.
This place is just.
It's wonderful thing.
These things are you're tight or these girls, or somebody's. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think this is
wrong.
That is true.
Well, yeah, it goes from there. There, obviously, it's the magnification. Magnification's loss.
That's all last.
I can take those for you. Let me just finish this one.
They pay BA.
Seeing more of an indentation in our center.
Very good.
I broke a new tip off that too, so I thought it would be nice and sharp, nice and sharp. So they're kind of,
That's so long.
yeah, you gotta dump them out, make new ones, you put new ones on, new fresh end,
You're doubling this one up.
because one side only had one layer on, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, shit, these are different businesses? Which one was I supposed to do? I did that one, we had three of them here. Oh, did I do the wrong one? Was it the one I'm not supposed to do? Oh, we probably should have. That's the one, that's sloppy, right? Well, let's see. That's a nice fit. Is this the one that's sloppy? No, that's a nice fit. Okay, this is the one I want to do. I wasn't keeping track of it. We should throw this one out.
Yeah.
It's an airplane. You think there was a bunch of cash. I need to bring that for.
Somebody with a hair, but
There's the drawer, and there's envelopes in that desk drawer.
Some of them.
No, there's
solar money in there too.
there's solar film. I know I put at least two envelopes of solar film and then too much.
All right.
How'd it go? Good? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see.
We're saying this was easy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, Eric was gonna be easy.
It is easy. It is easy.
Yeah.
This is easy. This is easy. I mean, you gotta be careful, you gotta be neat, but it is pretty easy. I mean, you see what the Japanese do when they make things out of paper or lacquer, they origami, yeah.
Well, origami is easier than this.
To build houses for no nails.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we just done it, we've only done it once, right? It took, I made two sets of these, like, this was a glue on mistake. Like, the solar film came off. But this one is perfect.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, because that's those 10 by 10 by 50s.
I bought a sheet of this.
Yeah.
And it's thicker. It's fragile.
Oh, is it the 1,000? Oh, is it 1,000 oaks? Oh, that's what this is.
Maybe it's the same. I think it's
There's this or Bader. This is 1,000 oaks. There's also Bader.
thicker material.
This is thicker than the
I don't know. I just picked.
yeah, this is here's here.
Keep these singles, and they probably need to make change.
Maybe it's the same.
okay,
But it's really fragile. I made it just a little cardboard thing with a
Yeah.
hole and then in circles. You can fold it up.
Yeah,
And I put it in my pocket and it's just rubbed against somebody's pocket to put a pinhole.
What that maybe was it the Bader film? Because Bader is very fragile. And it's a little
I got it
thin.
for 1,000 oaks.
Okay, no, this is this stuff is that you can't stretch this. There's 2 times.
That's what I just heard.
What are the primary differences between the brands? Well, Bader is Mylar. Bader is supposed to have exactly. There's 2 different kinds of thousand oaks. It depends on what magnification you want. There's they call it silver black. That's only good for 100.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
And then there's another one. I forgot what the other one's called. Good for over 100x. So for viewing, for binoculars, for viewers, you silver black is fine.
Yeah.
But if you want the best image quality, Bader. But you gotta worry about pinholes. You gotta be you gotta be careful. You don't want to.
It's more fragile.
And yeah, and it wears out. It seems like after time now you're using it. It develops pinholes.
Todd Hill.
Todd Hill. Yeah, Todd Hill.
I bought a sheet of that stuff.
Oh, Todd Hill, yeah.
We have the Vader.
You have it here?
I just heard something like, we would not be.
Yes, we need to cut next month. We'll do it. You want better.
You guys have any,
the inner ring is for the hole.
Yeah.
The middle ring is for the
Blue line.
the extension.
Yeah, just the outside. Yep. Just say, you want it wider than, you gotta have it bigger than something to grab onto. And it's gotta be a little bit bigger than the diameter of the tube, right?
Mhm.
Because the tube is gonna have some, if you layer up multiple layers. And the outside, you could leave square if you wanted to, and you don't have to make them round. You could, as long as you got them centered, right? You could leave them square.
Yeah, the YouTube guy. He made them octagons.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
20 cents square inch. So then you really want to call it 12 by 12. You should want to cut the outline.
go with 112 by 12. That's
Because someone asked this question earlier today, and
When you have a moment,
That's about how much the 1,000 oaks.
even like 12 by 12 with a Bader.
I can't remember. which.
I don't know how we're on that, but Mark, we're going, yeah, no, but how wide is this? I don't remember if we made it like, oh, it was right this wide, that's number square, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I did.
Okay, so I did that.
I did myself.
And this is, yeah, so let's get that for, because these need to set up more. So I put extra, I put extra cardboard on. It's just gonna, and which one do you want to,
Whatever, see it?
Yeah, hold the spot a little bit, so make it feel nice and round, or glue sets up.
That's in it.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine. So let's work on those now. So now you need your solar film. You need the solar film. Okay, so you need, let's clean this up. You need, 2 pieces or 2 pieces and 3 squares. So we'll just take the top. So how do I just grab it from one corner.
Make a solid paper.
Right. Yeah. I made I think this is pretty clean. And then, so put it right here and I can get image, I'll just come across.
But I guess I'm gonna go 3 inches. I guess I'll go the other way. I'll go 3 inches this way. I'm just gonna cut up, yeah. I'll go right down the line.
Since you can, that was 3 strip. We were there, but I did take a secondary round under sleeves.
And we would just.
And we can make that circle.
So that's 3 inches there, 3 inches there. I'm just gonna make sure. Oops. Might be able to go.
I've got blue blades on mine.
I think we're good. Okay. They said to go, now if you wanna put that piece, no, leave that there and take this piece away. Now I'm gonna cut this into another 3, and I'm gonna cut these into, you're gonna have funny here, you're only, oh, you want 4 pieces, well, don't we cut it up like half, you're gonna make another.
Yeah, right, so.
Well, we'll get 4 pieces out of it anyways. It's just 1, 2, 3. Okay. It was. That's okay. Just need to get this more hand.
Were yours 3D printed? Right, like frames? Yes, you have.
You have a friend who loves your.
Okay. So you want to, so what do you cut these out, cut the outside circles of these?
I'm gonna be covering,
These are yours. These are old, these are dull.
yeah, it's kind of tight.
That's,
So I would
sure.
So the outside. Okay.
This.
Yes, yeah.
This pitch.
And leave alarm.
Already.
Although I see.
So I'm gonna have that camera set up for the eclipse itself. One's gonna be a slightly smaller set on the tracker, and one's gonna be a bigger lens on a,
Well, I think so.
I'm just pointing out which, which the lens on the hand moving also is perfect. So,
So.
it's
Oh.
so
Is the password join ASRAS?
It was, and Mark was here on the delete that, and he tried to change it. I tried spaces too, and so.
Oh,
Okay.
those line up.
Mark was here, so Mark Beller's here, and he had all his troubleshooting. Yes.
Go through all this.
That's what I just had was space, we're getting, no space. No space.
I tried with the space side.
I don't think I did like, I don't know, Mark Beller changed over the weekend, you want to see it? Oh. Like, it's like right here, Brad, we're gonna stuff. There's the whole. Yeah, plus working with the hard wires.
I don't know where they did this. So, okay, so I'm gonna look up to it, finds that.
So the fact that you didn't, you maybe was saying that, or like, we did send an email. I didn't see all of it.
Okay, so
Okay.
there's that other blue. Let's see. Oh, there it is, right there. We want that. Grab that.
Well,
So.
I was assuming.
So, yeah, put that one up that way.
But it has ether
So what
connection.
So you want the silver side down. I'll put a little bit of glue. I'm just gonna do a little better job than I did. So they're working. So you don't need a whole lot of it. It'll smear out and it can't take the metal until it sets out a little slight, it'll fly around a little bit.
Well, so I think there's another one that we use for most sites, but it's not the just the general, the big.
Oh, okay.
So why don't you put that down? Put that flat down.
Down here?
Yep, and then drop this thing onto this center, just like that. Actually, yeah, that'll be okay. Oh, see how there's one of those little rads, got it out of there. That's what happened last time. I didn't get it. So I'm just gonna drop it down like that. Just press it down there, and it'll slide around. And let's just let that sit and I get the next one. So. I'll put the glue on it. Ooh, see, that's a little bit too much. That's stuff. No, you don't want it under here. It's stinky and I'll just smooth it out. Oh, oh, okay. What's that? It's like film, so this is really good stuff, but you don't need
What do you
it.
usually use that, for?
This, I think that is for this. Oh, and I think you can do it stuff. This is all I use for. I've made a bunch of solar filters, and so it's the way to. Yeah, I don't use it for anything else.
Oh,
I mean,
what kind of glue?
no, that's not low.
So might have to-
That's it. I think it's for leather, suede, payables. It's just a glue at most.
Hey, those factor.
Let's make sure there's no, there's there threads in there? No thread.
Right.
So, yeah. Just put that down. Put that on it. Ooh, good one.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's running the I so then we can, to make those easier right now, I'm just gonna slide this over. I'm not gonna touch the film. I'm just gonna grab for this.
Only guys still
And
on.
I can feel the thing, and I'm just gonna trim this.
Because they're not. I could just.
Probably.
There it is. Hey, you know. Hey, did I put those pictures on the night they came up and we're all watching the years. Are you? Well, I'll see. I met you with the sharks, so I didn't know what you looked like. Well, see, there's a good reason that I didn't have dark.
That was good night.
It was awesome.
I was there.
Yeah, I thought you were all young guys. Not some young kids.
It's all relevant.
Actually, 4 of the 5 of us are Craig was there. But there's us 3, or us 4, and then Nick Territor. So did you say a picture side sent? I did not. I didn't get any feedback at all from that video.
You sent a video?
I thought you took a picture of us in here, and I talked, and so you showed our vision. I said, I'll put it up. Okay.
So now,
So
now we're gonna put
yeah.
some glue on the back side. And you're gonna slide that right down to make sure they're low.
Yeah. Right. Do you have a Facebook presence? Well, ASRAS does, I do not. Well, that's what I mean. I don't do Facebook.